Hi, I'm Manuel Abuel, aka Manny Noel Abuel. Thank you for joining me. People are debating about how long life has existed in this convoluted world. The Bible scholars say the world has existed for over 6,000 years, while science says it is over 4.5 billion years old. For thousands of years, people are still questioning Bible scholars regarding life after death and the apocalypse. Who is right and who is wrong? The issue of immortality is a battle between religion and science. How is immortality possible when someone joins a religious movement? What are the requirements and the cost to achieve immortality? Is science looking for ways to make it possible with the aid of modern technologies? Are seers or clairvoyants able to see through their mirror on the wall? Is there immortality on the horizon beyond the wall? The incredible journey of religion believing in heaven is not only a battle between its rival organizations, but it is also a battle within their ranks. The bickering on who's right and who's wrong always baffles them all. However, not all humans believe in Bible stories. The questions on its interpretation have been thought-provoking for thousands of years. St. John the Revelator from Patmos says, there will be signs when the apocalypse comes. But his message did not specify when this would happen. Yet people still question religious leaders regarding the works of Bible scholars and scientific researchers, whether their works or stories are real news or fake news. Is the story of the apocalypse true? Is the world going to end? In AD 66, many Jews believed it was the beginning of the apocalypse when the first Jewish-Roman war happened under the leadership of Roman Cestius Gallus, who brought his troops toward Jerusalem. But it did not happen. Did you know that there were 21 apocalyptic predictions in the 21st century alone? Including the prediction of world-renowned televangelist Pat Robertson, who wrote in his 1990 book, The World's Destruction. Robertson wrote in his book that the event would happen on April 29, 2007. But that didn't happen. The interpretation of some scholars of the legends of the Viking civilization, Ragnarok, says the world will end in 2014. Ragnarok is the battle of the end of the world. But it did not happen. The same thing happened in the world of the Mayans, who predicted the world would end in December 2012. That didn't happen. The Mayan scholars clarified it was to close an era and the beginning of the new era. French astronomer Nicolas Camille Flammarion published in the New York Times says when Halley's Comet passed in 1910, quote, cyanogen gas would permeate the atmosphere and possibly extinguish all life on the planet, unquote. But that didn't happen. Many Christian devotees I know left the United States in 1999 and went to a mountain somewhere in the southern Philippines, where they camped out for fear of the persecution because they feared the Y2K of the year 2000. They believed it could be the end of the world, but that didn't happen. Unfortunately, the Christian devotees went back to the United States and did not return to their congregation. Looking back further, a National Aeronautic Space Administration or NASA engineer and biblical researcher, Edgar Whisenant, who sold 5 million copies of his book, 88 Reasons Why the Rapture Will Be in 1988, prophesied that the rapture would happen in 1988. But that didn't happen. People also rely on stories of Bible scholars and scientists, astrologers, and many others, like the predictions of Nostradamus, who lived in the 15th century, and Vangela Gustarov, known as Baba Vanga, or the Nostradamus of the Balkans, who lived from 1911 to 1996, who was a Bulgarian healer. Both of them predicted events that happened in the past, and yet some of the predictions didn't happen. There are stories of Jesus who was supposed to have come many times that didn't happen. William Miller of the Millerite movement predicted Jesus was to come on October 22nd, 1844. But that didn't happen. The year 2023 has begun, and people continue to live in a highly charged world where the ecosystems are working the way they always have. The natural disasters are happening more frequently. The ice age has come and gone. Now the glaciers are melting and are expected to lose their solid structures. As explained in Ecclesiastes chapter 1, the repetitive story of this planet and universe will behave the way they have as in the past. Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 9 says, "What has been will be again, what has been done will be done again. There is nothing new under the sun." Ecclesiastes chapter 1 verse 11 says, "No one remembers the former generations, and even those yet to come will not be remembered by those who follow them." One thing is for sure. The days and nights will give people the time for physical activity and time to rest. Also, our behavior and characteristics will stay the same, fighting for pride and selfishness. People who rise to the top of the political arena behave like the Bible characters, although in a different environment. The evolution of science, politics, and religion are our challenges. Yet, the authenticity of whatever these people share will always come up for scrutiny. The author's logical and psychological thinking are critical in writing stories which affect our lives. Incredibly, people are willing to listen, understand, and accommodate the captivating stories they present. Are the narratives of politicians, scientific researchers, and gospel scholars enough to sustain the missing soul looking for a place of no return where pomp and circumstance await the weary soul? How far is humanity willing to fund the whims of religious leaders and listen to the constantly changing morals of society to accommodate believers to join their movement? There is no doubt, however, that religion has touched many lives regardless of affiliation, and it has been an amazing journey for thousands of years. The year 2023 is another beginning for people to figure out the puzzling nature of God, together with His wonderful creation and environment. At the end of the day, people who love and believe in God will express a well-deserved prayer of love and thanksgiving to God as a valid response to His undying love for humanity. Thank you for watching. I'm Manuel Abuel. May God have mercy on us as He continues to bless each one. Goodbye for now. I'll see you next time.